What is going on, YouTube? I wanted to make a video today about something that is kind of starting to bug me a little bit. And before we get into this, I just want to say this is going to be one of those that you're going to be on one side of the fence or you're going to be on the other. So don't spam the comment section with calling people stupid or calling me stupid or saying this is trash, that's trash. Your opinion is not my opinion, so therefore it is wrong, No. Opinions are just that, and everybody's entitled to theirs. There are no wrong or right opinions. The world would be pretty boring if there was just one opinion for everybody, okay? So, I have started noticing that a ton of channels have made their sole content now that Battlefield 1 is boring. Battlefield 1 is trash. It is overhyped. It is trash. And people are running with it on Twitter, and I've been reading the comments on a lot of these videos, and I found it really interesting. And I just really want to know why. How? If Battlefield 1 is boring, there's a lot of words you could use to describe it, like unbalanced maybe, but boring? What game are you playing? And if you stop playing this because you're bored, I want to know what you are playing, because seriously, I need to go out and buy it and find it right now. And is it perfect? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. And am I being paid by DICE or EA or somebody or, anything like that? No. And if I was, trust me, my YouTube channel would be a whole lot bigger than it is. So that's not true. So whatever. But anyway. So yeah, are there problems? There are a lot of problems. The respawns are terrible. There's still tons of graphic glitches. The weapons are really unbalanced. The load times are awful. You could go to work and come back, and you might be in a game, you might not. All right, that's a little bit of exaggeration, but it's pretty close. You get what I'm saying here. And pretty much after level 3, you don't have a lot to play for until level 10. And most of the level 10 guns are garbage, especially since the Martini Henry got nerfed into the dirt. It's not even worth carrying anymore. The Hell Regal is amazing, and you could pretty much run around backwards with it, spraying and just kill people. So you don't really need anything else, but it's not even worth playing for the level 10 guns. But that's my thing is do you have to constantly be unlocking stuff and getting things to play a game? If you like the core gameplay, you should just play it anyway, right? Because people have been playing Counter-Strike for over 10 years now just because it's really good at what it does. It doesn't matter about the graphics. It's a really good shooter that is team-based squad game that just represents, and people play it for that. And then you sit here and say that this game is trash. Honestly, that sounds utterly ridiculous. It has problems, yes. But for the core gameplay of what it does, what it's trying to do, it does a very good job. And it just makes me wonder, are people becoming entitled brats? Because they said forever, man, if it releases like Battlefield 4 and it has all those problems and the netcode issues and the lagging and the rubber banding, I'm not playing it. Well, I've played every beta, early access. I've been on since day one. I've got it on Xbox One and I've got it on PlayStation 4. It doesn't have any of those issues. Runs great. So there's that. And then people said, well, I want an old school shooter. I want to go back in the day, man. All these modern shooters and futuristic with the jetpacks and the wall running. And Battlefield's done the same thing over and over and over, and I'm tired of it. Well, here we go. We get it in a World War I game, which is awesome, in a AAA budget title. People still aren't happy. They play the crap out of it, and they're like, oh, it's boring. It's trash. And what gets me is there is a lot of those people that are Call of Duty fanboys or just haters in general. And it's, I like Call of Duty too. I like Battlefield. I like them both. If you want to play Diablo 2 for the rest of your life, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just saying that it's those people that are saying it too. And then they get on Call of Duty and go for 7th, 8th, 9th prestige. And you're going to tell me that that's not the same thing over and over and over? That, people did the same thing when Destiny came out. I read that everywhere, man. Everybody I talked to was, oh man, it was horrible. It's garbage. It's the same thing over and over and over. You're doing the same mission. Man, I played that game for like 328 hours and now I'm so bored I have to force myself to play it. Wait, what? 328 hours? Yeah, I bet you're bored. I mean, you could have beat The Witcher 3 like 3 times. You could have beat Skyrim 3 times. Heck, you could have beat every one of the Dark Souls games in that amount of time. So yeah, I bet you're bored. But I mean, did you get your $60 value? Yeah, I would say you did. I mean, so what more do you need at that point? Like, what do you want? I mean, that's not realistic to expect something every time you log in that there's going to be something new. I mean, either you like a game or you don't, I guess. But this is World War One. They had a lot of weapons that were used in World War One, but still the ones in the game, the majority of them are prototypes. They never actually even saw combat. So I doubt we're going to make it to like 130 weapons here, you know. And honestly, just straight up honesty, what does it matter? Because most people pick the one gun in each class that they really like and they just roll with it. And if they go put more weapons in it, then everybody's just going to cry about how unbalanced they are, unfair they are. This gun's more powerful than that gun. I want to use this gun, but I can't. And they're just going to complain about that. So it's a no-win situation. So what do you want? That's my thing. How are people going to be satisfied? You know, I keep seeing it popping up in all these comment sections that there's no customization. I want customization now. Well, yeah, it would be cool to have like etchings on the guns and, you know, maybe some different helmets or some kind of symbols on the helmets or something like that, or a couple of different maybe uniform variants or something. They can't go off too much, you know. But what do you want? I mean, do you want giant silencers on World War One weapons? I mean, do we need neon pink and green gun camos and big giant guns that shoot bunny rabbits out of them? I mean, I don't understand what people think they're going to put in a World War One game. You know, it's not ultra realistic, but they're trying here. You know, so as far as customization, what do you think they're going to do? I mean, are we going to start putting war paint on our faces and all that? I mean, I guess that's an idea. And I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a jerk here. I'm just trying to say, let's be realistic here. You know, and that whole entitled brats thing, that's what I'm talking about, is like people are going to complain no matter what. They're not happy about anything. And I think that's kind of becoming human nature. And it sucks, man, because the gaming industry at this point in time is awesome. I mean, there is so much good stuff to play. There is so much coming out. There is so much potential. It looks good. It runs good. It sounds good. And it's a great time to be a gamer, man. And people just sell stuff down the river so easy. It's crazy. I mean, when I was a little kid, the first game that I played was Duck Hunt on Nintendo. And let me tell you, it was awesome. My cousin had it, and I loved to go over to his house just to play that game. He was a cool kid. We had fun playing in the pool and all that stuff. But man, as soon as all that was over with, I would run in there and turn on Duck Hunt, and it was great. And then we got a Sega Genesis for Christmas, and me and my brother played that thing so much and had a ball. And there were games that we could not beat the first level on, and we played them for months, and we didn't care. We had a ball. You couldn't save your progress. You know, there were no updates. There were just bugs, and you lived with them, and it was a part of the game, and it was great. And now people want more all the time. They want more. They want it now. They want it in their face. And it's just not realistic. That's not how it works. And that's what I'm saying here. You know, just try to be level-headed about it. And like I said, it's all opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. But it to me, it gets to me when I'm seeing people over and over calling this game trash. The game is trash. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. But if you're that bored of this game, I want to know what you are playing and what you're doing, because I just honestly think you're doing it wrong. I mean, if you're that bored, why don't you go play the objective? because that's a big problem in this game. You know, it's the people that are writing that are probably sitting behind some rocks 150 meters behind the objective trying to snipe the few guys that are playing it, and they're bored from doing that. Yeah, I could understand that. I could really see it. So there's that. You know, go play a different game. Come back to it. Rotate game modes. Try something different, you know, play with friends, try to actually get your microphone out and talk to other people and meet new gamers that, you know, want to help you squad up and all that stuff and win a match, you know. So there's a lot of different things you can do. And every time I play, I do something different. Like I'm going to focus on recon today, or I'm going to focus on support. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a star on this gun. I'm going to get one on this gun, or I'm going to try to get kills with the AA gun or something. You know, I'm always trying to accomplish something, you know, but I want to win, obviously, but I'm always trying to do something else too, to kind of like spice it up. But it doesn't matter. I just enjoy the actual gameplay. And I mean, yeah, you can be mad sometimes and things don't go your way, and you know you came around a corner and killed this guy and he just turns around and one-shots you. You know, it happens. You know, every shooter has that. But I'm just saying, boring is not the word for this game. Like that is so far-fetched, and people are just taking and running with it. And I'm not throwing any YouTubers under the bus or anything like that. I'm not calling anybody out because, you know, like I said, honestly, just it really don't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. But the ones who are trying to get clicks off that's pretty silly. That's pretty silly. You know, like I said, I guess it's just not cool to really trash on Infinite Warfare anymore. There's too much competition out there for that. So I guess they had to, you know, try to get Battlefield 1. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And like I said, I just want to know. My main things from this, I want to know, is number one, if you're really bored, what are you playing instead? And then I want you to tell me in the comments, if you are bored, why? Tell me straight up why. Like, in detail. Don't just say, oh, it got old. Like, I want to know how. All right? And like I said, don't go spamming the comments with hate and ugly, negative stuff. You know, I try to be positive on the channel and all that, you know. But it's just, like I said, something that has kind of been bugging me a little bit here lately. So I just kind of wanted to talk about it, get you guys' opinions on it and everything. But if you stuck with me for the whole video, I'll greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a good night. Be safe out there. Catch you on the next one. Peace.